I'm starting out with the note cards from the note cards that we sell in the book Near the Envelopes of the catalog, and just folding that in half, using my bone folder to keep that crease, the score line, creased so that it'll lay down when I'm trying to stamp. I have the large flower, the large bold one from the Mixed Bunch stamp set. You can use any of the ones you want, of course, but that is the one that I'm using, with some Pool Party ink. Stamp a pattern on the front of the note card or inside, wherever you want to stamp it. And I've stamped that 3 times now. Now I'm going to be using the Hello from the Elementry Elegance from the Celebration stamps, which are current until the end of April for you demonstrators. And then I've got Early Espresso ink, and I'm just going to stamp the Hello. You can also do it for birthday cards, for a birthday card kit, whatever you need. Go ahead and put that away. And I shouldn't have closed that yet because I still need it. So there's our Pool Party. I've also have the envelope from the note cards, and stamp an image on there so there's no nakedness for the envelopes. For the container, however, it's 2 of the larger envelopes. So I have 2 envelopes here. Right. One of them, take the paper cutter, and at the score line for the top flap, I am just going to line that up and take it completely off. Set that aside, throw the top away. The other envelope, line it up how the lick stuff, the adhesive stuff is right there, the nasty stuff. Just line it up right there and just take the adhesive off. That way, if anything happens and the note cards get wet, the adhesive won't stick to the cards inside. After you have that done, take your snail, and on this side, go ahead and stick some snail on there. And you want to slide this part up to the score line inside the other envelope that you completely took the top, the flap off. And just push it all together and seal it down. So now you have 2 pockets and a little book. To decorate this little book, I'm going to use the Pool Party ink again because I want it to match my cards with the same flower. Trying to make the same pattern. But I'm also on the inside going to just stamp along the edges. And I will do that on both sides. So after you have that part done, I'm going to go ahead and put this away. Open up the Early Espresso again, and I'm going to stamp the Hello right in the bottom corner. And I'm done with my ink. For the ribbon, use your sticky strip. Put it along the front to the edge, or almost to the edge. Then just flip it around the back, and again, just up to the edge. Cut it off. take the red protectant off. And I only do this one side at a time so that I'm not laying it down and having it stick absolutely everywhere to the paper. Make sure you leave about 5 inches or whatever you're comfortable with for tying a bow on the end. So you want to pull out 5 inches and then stick it down on the envelope. Flip it over. Get rid of the rest of your sticky strip if you can. Mine is still stuck to my elbow. Whoops. And lay your ribbon down. And trim this off. After you do that, you can go ahead and put your cards and your envelopes inside. I have actually made 3 cards to go inside with 3 matching envelopes. Just tuck those inside and tuck your envelopes inside. Close it up and tie the bow. This makes a really cute, quick gift for anybody. Although I don't think a man would want flowers, so you might want to rethink that part for a man. Go ahead and trim these up. Now, one way, if you don't want to just leave it like this, one way to step it up is to go ahead and take the blossom punch and some scratch paper and punch out 2 of the flowers. And this is Whisper White that I'm using. Use your round, this is the round file from the distressing kit, and curl up your leaves or your petals. Just be really careful that they don't rip. I always seem to rip mine one way or another, which I'm surprised I didn't do since I'm on camera. Take your dimensionals. Whoops, I only need 2. Stick 1 on the bottom of each flower. The flower that you want to have is the top flower. Take the dimensional paper off, and you can either stagger them or you can make them go exactly the way on top of each other, which I'm going to do. Snip all the petals, even on the bottom one. You can choose to do the bottom one afterwards, but for me, it's faster if I just do both of them at the same time that I'm doing it now. You don't have to go all the way in to the center if you don't want to. I'm going to be using a button on mine, so I don't need to go all the way to the center because it'll just get covered up anyway. And there we go, the last one. Fluff up your petals. And then I have an old clear button. You can use any button you want, but I have an old clear button that we used to sell a long time ago. And I've taken some of the Spice Cake DSP that I still had and cut out a 1-inch circle from that. Take your Crystal Effects and put a light coat of Crystal Effects on. Doesn't take a whole lot. Stick your button on top. Now my button is smaller than the paper, which is fine because we can always just trim the paper off. And then by the magic of TV, I've already got one done. Yay! And you just go ahead and trim the paper off from around the button. And make sure that it's just pressed down. To get the holes, if you want to put some baker's twine through, like I'm going to do, take your trusty little paper piercer, and you can either go through the top and just push it through, or you can always go through the back as well, however you decide to do it. And as I said, I had the white baker's twine, so I'm going to take a little bit of that off. Go ahead and stick this through. And then after you have it all threaded through, tie a bow. Clip those off. Oops. Use a mini glue dot to stick the button on there. Whoop. There we go. Stick that in the center. And put on, you know, somewhere on your and then just stick that on your packet, and there is your easy card packet ready to go. If you're a demonstrator, you can use this for a quick hostess gift or a gift for bringing a friend. That's what I usually use it for. I hope you liked the tutorial. Thank you for joining me, and happy crafting. See you tomorrow.